Good evening. I'm Stewart Baker. I'm the Assistant Secretary for Policy at the Department of Homeland Security in Washington, and it's a great pleasure to be talking to the participants at the Secure Document World Conference. The department probably issues as many identity documents as any agency in the United States, TWIC cards and the like, but when you look at the identity documents that we influence by creating standards for state driver's licenses through the Real ID Act, or through our influence over the passport issuing and standards process at the State Department, or our use of the visa waiver program to drive international standards on passport issuance. We stand at the center of being able to influence how identity documents are put together. That's valuable because we also, I think, almost certainly check more documents per day than any agency in the world. We look at 1 million or more identity documents at the border every day. We look at something like 1 million documents for people who want to get on planes each day. That's an enormous amount of document checking, so we have a very good idea of what the actual person at the front line needs from those documents. And then finally, we have more responsibility for identity theft investigations than anyone, certainly at the federal level and probably anyone in government. If people are engaged in identity theft for financial reasons, the Secret Service is almost certainly to end up doing that investigation. And the fastest growing form of identity theft in the United States today is immigration fraud, where people are trying to get jobs and they're stealing actual identities using other people's names and social security numbers to get jobs and presenting documents in their name. So we, through ICE, investigate all of those identity fraud cases as well. So we're at the center of the physical world identification process. What's new and something that we also have responsibility for is cybersecurity. And as we have begun to look at cybersecurity, authentication and identification have emerged again as crucial parts of rebuilding the security that we expect for two reasons. First, we need better authentication of the people who are online so that we can find the folks who are attacking other people's computers and identify and punish them. But many of the people who are conducting those attacks are doing it so that they can steal the identities online of the computers that they attack, so that they can obtain access to credit card numbers or to Gmail accounts. Whatever the fraud that they're carrying out, pretending to be somebody else is usually at the center of it. What we're going to end up doing sooner or later, I'm confident, is taking all of the standards that we are developing in the physical world and beginning to ask, how can we make those more secure and make them useful to people who want to make sure that they and only they have access to their bank accounts and their job networks and their own personal email and other Web 2.0 accounts. That's something that's bound to happen. We know that passwords and user ID is not sufficient security. We're going to have more factors and better factors tied to a real physical process of identification. And so you can see the merging of all of those elements. And interestingly, those are all areas that DHS has special responsibilities for. Thanks very much. I look forward to hearing what comes out of your conference. This is vitally important work that you're doing.